It's loading. We're at 5507 Hermitage Street? Avenue. Excuse me, Hermitage Avenue in Valley Village, California, performing a video sewer inspection from the 4-inch mainline cleanout, right in the front entranceway between the front entranceway adjacent to the garage. And we're going to attempt to run all the way out to the city sewer from here and inspect both the 4-inch line and the 6-inch.
And how long is this pipe here?
We'll find out. This one goes from here, Rob, probably to the front wall right there.
Okay.
And then it'll transition to more than likely 6-inch clay.
And what is this composition?
This is 4-inch ABS plastic.
This is plastic, and then it goes to clay, you said?
It should transition more than likely to clay, yes. Unless it's been replaced with a plastic line, which most of the time they haven't.
And this is as far back as we need to scope?
Yeah, this is the sewer.
Okay.
This is the sewer.
There's nothing farther back that...
You have waste lines underneath the house. We can take a look back there and see if there's another clean out that we could possibly run through.
Might be smart to do so, right?
Possibly, if we can get into it. Yeah, those joints look good. Yep. Those joints look nice and tight and put together well. Go slow there. Okay, we've got a little bit of an offset here. So it appears that they replaced a portion of the 4-inch. This might be where it transitions to 6-inch. We're going to stop for a moment, and we're going to go ahead and mark this area out. We're going to locate it. And you'll have the video of this too, Rob.
Great.
Okay, we're going to locate that real quick. Go ahead. broke it. We got a little bit, put it in, when they put it together inside the couplings a lot of times, it doesn't get lined up perfectly. You've got to play the coupling. Like I said, it all depends.
And in fact, the dirt in the bottom.
Yeah, it all depends if we have a major issue past here. I'm gonna shut this off.
I mean, could that have happened from an earthquake or?
No, this was when they tied it in, because this is a new connection. This is ABS plastic going to clay.
So it's not
when they-
like settling?
No, no. When they put it inside that coupling rod, the couplings a lot of time have a little bit of play. We try and line it up as close as we possibly can, but you don't always get it lined up perfect.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now we'll go in slowly. So this appears to be where the 4 to 6 may be transitioning possibly. Go in, easy. Oh, what do you got? Okay, 4 to 6, go in a little bit. Slow. We've got a little bit of rooting at the next joint. Go in a little bit. Yeah, more root intrusion. Okay, so it's at that, right past that joint, Rob. We got some root intrusion there. They should have gone farther.
And how problematic is that?
Right now, it's still in a maintainable state, but they should have really tied into the 4 to 6 inch transition. They didn't. They tied in just short of it. They tied in about 1.5 to 2 foot short of it. It should have been.
Why would they have did the job? Why not?
I don't know.
And this is still on my property? This is not connected to the
This is
sewer?
now out in the sidewalk area where Mike is now. We're in the sidewalk. We're gonna be passing the sidewalk, getting into the parkway in just.
So not city yet, still my property?
Well, this is city, it's a city lateral, but it's still your property.
Okay.
You own it.
Can you hydrant it, or
Keep
it needs to
going.
be replaced?
Now, we're gonna look at it and see. I mean, it's still maintainable. The roots aren't terrible at this point. Keep going slowly right to the joint. That looks good. Go ahead, Mike. Keep going, keep going. We mainly want to look for cracks at the joint. Back up a little bit. Back up just a hair. There's the joint. That joint looks good. That joint looks good and flush. Go ahead. No major root intrusions, no breaks. Go ahead. Go slow. And that joint, just a minor offset, nothing bad. That looks good. That joint looks pretty good and tight.
Did you get his email?
Go ahead. Go slow right to that joint. That joint looks good. Keep going. So far, the 6 inch lateral looks to be in pretty good condition, which is kind of odd, huh? Mm-hmm. Get a lot of that looks pretty good. That's got some slag. That's just concrete. Where you see in the bottom, it's over 4 of the slag. How they put the joints together. That won't harm anything. Hold it. It's just marking. You got a little bit of root intrusion. Looks like we're coming up. See it on the left. Okay, pull back a hair. That joint cracked? Yeah, it is broken. That joint's broken. See it on the bottom left? See the cracks in it? See the cracks?
Can you pull back a little bit more?
Yeah, we will. Right here, we got
Where the
cracks.
white is.
Yeah. Pull back just a tiny bit, and then go in. Go in slow. Go in slow. Keep going. Keep going. A joint. Okay, going past here. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, the roots are growing all the way down the pipe from that joint. Keep going in. Yeah, more roots growing in. And there's an offset a little bit right there.
And whereabouts are we now? This is the
We're
street?
probably just about in the middle of the street. Should be coming up on the tie-in to the city sewer. We have more roots in here. Keep going, Mike.
And at
This
this
should get a lot
point,
heavier.
this is city problem, this is still me?
Just pull back a little bit, Mike. Pull back a little bit. Okay, have a lot more root intrusion.
That's quite a bit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you got quite a bit of roots in there. Okay, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead and go slow. You can. Go ahead. Go ahead. May have to pop through that a little bit. Yeah, you got quite a bit of roots in there. Okay, hold it. There's the city sewer.
Wow.
There's the city sewer. Just has some fairly heavy roots in there.
You'll be getting a
Can you
copy
pull
of
this back?
Okay.
On YouTube.
Great,
Yeah,
great.
you'll get the link to it and all.
Anything other than hydrojetting, what about the crack?
With the crack and with the 4 to 6 inch problem right there with roots growing in there, really should just take that piece out, tie into the 4 to 6 with the plastic, and shoot a liner in there.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you can
I'll
show-
measure
you
it
can
out,
show
too.
where that is.
You'll email,
Pardon?
you'll email stuff.
Yeah, you'll have the estimate to do it. It should be done because more so, you've got roots in here, and the roots could be hydrojetted, and you could maintain this with Root-X with some chemical, and then periodically clean it. But that crack too, the cracks in the bottom of that pipe, I want to look at again. So we're at 77 feet, 4 inches at the tie-in to the city sewer, and got pretty heavy root intrusion right in here. Kind of hard to see the joint, see the condition of the joint, because of the fact that the roots are covering about 90% of that joint. That would need to be hydrojetted anyways to even look at it. But with that amount of roots in it, and also being that we have a crack in the other joint, we would recommend installing a liner. And this also is set up down, you can see the whole face of the pipe, and then we're going to drop down into it, right there. And then we're coming back up again. That section's offset.
Oh, this joint here?
Yeah. It's just dropped down a little bit. I can see the face of it at the top. It's kind of hard to see because of the roots. If it was good and clean, you could see it a little bit better. And that joint also is dropped down. You'll drop down into it a little bit right there. Not terrible, but the liner would also take care of that.
Can I explain the liner to you?
Yeah.
What it is, Mike?
Liner is like a cloth sock that is soaked in epoxy and then blown into the line. And then we put a bladder in it and blow it up, and it makes it round, and it adheres to the pipe. But actually, we pull it inside out once we're shoot it in. And the epoxy adheres to the clay. We have to hydrojet that clay real good to get it clean. It'll.
And if you hydrojet it, you can get rid of these roots, you're saying?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
We hydrojet it with maybe 36 to 3,800 psi water pressure.
Jeez.
We'll blow all that out of there.
Wow.
And then when it's nice and clean, then we'll shoot this liner in there, and then it adheres to the clay, and it turns into a piece of pipe that's about 3/16 of an inch thick, and it becomes a piece of pipe inside
It's
there.
like a new pipe.
Yeah, it's like a new pipe. It keeps the roots
How
from.
long will that keep the roots from coming back in?
You know, it really all depends. Rob, could be 25 years, could be longer, and a lot of it depends on.
So it's not like a 5-year job.
No, no. And it also depends upon earth movement. If we have earthquakes, we don't know yet how the liner is going to react because we haven't had a large earthquake since this stuff has been around.
Probably going to react better than clay pipe.
Yeah, it'll probably react better than clay more than likely.
Because it has some flexibility.
So now we're pulling back. That was the one joint where we had the concretes drop down a little bit.
And are you saying you would do a lining for the entirety of this, or just?
No, just from there.
Just from there.
I would replace that one small section of clay,
Is that
the 4-inch clay.
Is that a medium strip there?
One more time.
Is it that medium strip or stop past the curb?
No, that's not past the curb. I'm going to take a look and see exactly where that section is. Right where I marked it, might have to end up getting into it. It's got a little minor offset, but not terrible. It's mostly the joints. Didn't see any problems with the piping itself. That joint looked to be pretty good. That joint looked to be decent.
Hey,
That joint looks okay.
How's the store look?
Morning.
it's exactly like the fire.
Oh, it does?
Now we have root intrusions, pretty heavy root intrusions. You can see it, Rob, coming back. That's pretty
Yeah, that's
heavy
quite a
root
bit.
intrusion right there.
Yeah, but we have 10,000.
How does this compare to most of the sewers you see?
And then the offset. Not normal. See a whole lot of them like this. Most of the clay lines have a lot of issues because of the earth movement through the years. A lot of these are 60, 70 years old.
And what are they doing now? Not clay?
No, plastic.
Plastic.
Plastic generally, when you replace them. So I would fix this area. Okay, I want to go mark this area real quick. We're going to mark this area out and see exactly where we would need to start from. Okay, we're gonna run back in slowly. This is the 4 to 6. They left one piece of 4-inch in there that's kind of offset. It should be replaced right here. It's only about a foot piece of pipe. There's the plastic, there's a piece of 4-inch. Should have been into the 6-inch right here. And you would have alleviated these roots as well.
There's two crawl-space access opening, one at the right side and there's one at the left.
So one more.
Crawl-space access openings, if you
Yeah.
want to take a peek at that plumbing. on
Okay.
there. There's two openings, one underneath.
Okay.
I don't know if you make it in there, big guy.
Oh, he does. He
He's
does.
like me, man, I'm like the block.
Yeah.
My body just goes in different shapes. People go, you're not gonna get in the crawl-space if they watch you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't possibly fit in there unless you want to bet. I won every bet.
Hey, gentlemen, can we run water yet?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Looks like right here we have a chip out of pipe. That's roots more than anything. We have a chip out of pipe. It looked like it was broken right there, but it's not. Those are roots. But it's separated and offset. That's a very serious root intrusion and some offsets here. And it would be better to line this sewer liner in here and repair that offset at the 4 to 6 inch as well. Plus, at that time, we can see what this joint looks like, because this joint is extremely restricted right here, and we can't even see what it looks like. We're going to pull back, and that will conclude our video inspection of the sewer from the mainline cleanout at the front entranceway to the city sewer tie-in. We have approximately a 33-foot lateral in the street. And now we're pulling back through the ABS plastic. That was our offset. A foot from our 4 to 6 inch tie-in. This is all 4-inch ABS plastic. And that joint, those joints look good there. We have a long piece of pipe, and that joint looks okay there. We have home inspectors in the house now running water. We've looked at these joints. That joint looks okay. Now we're pulling back up to our main line cleanout. So we're going to pause for a moment.